Hello and welcome to another weekly card reading video. I'm Corinne. I am one half of the two-woman duo that makes up White Root Tarot. The other is my good friend and business partner, Leah Betts. Every week, or nearly every week, we draw a card and we give our personal insights on that card's message. This week, I am once again using the Sacred Geometry deck by Francene Hart. To be honest, I'll probably be making my next few videos with this deck for two reasons. One, I have her permission to do so, and two, I don't really use this deck for much else, but I really like it, so I'm happy to have it for these videos. The card that I drew is the Crossing Over card. And when I first drew this, I was a little bit reticent to do it because it immediately made me think of death. And death is a heavy subject, especially for a 10-minute oracle card reading video. But then I read her interpretation, and she really wanted this card to be more of a conversation about transitions. And before I get any further into that, I have a quick insight about this card because it's cracking me up. So I don't know if any of you have seen the movie Phantasm, the Phantasm movies, but this dude right here totally looks like Reggie. I've watched all 5 of those movies. I would spot a Reggie anywhere. I mean, this guy is just a vest and a 4-barrel sawed-off shotgun away from just being that character. So, because of that, because it makes me laugh, I will be using a strained phantasm metaphor to make my point today. So be excited about that. So yeah, okay, let's continue on to the actual reading of this card. So, like I said, Francene Hart wanted this to be a conversation about transitions, and transitions are a type of death in the more metaphorical sense of the word. When we evolve, when we move forward in our lives, we have to allow our old personas to die, those old parts of ourselves to die, so that we can move on and grow and change from them. And that prospect is often quite terrifying. Like the actual physical death, the metaphorical death is just as harrowing sometimes. For example, and I know I mentioned this in my last video, but when I had to make the decision to go from being bartender Corinne, who I was for 10 years, to tarot reader and ESL teacher Corinne, I was terrified. It felt like such a huge risk. And I had all these voices in my head that were disparaging it. Like, don't take this risk. It's too weird. It's too abnormal. And most of those voices weren't even my own. One of them in particular sounded quite a bit like my mother. And that's the thing that happens to most of us. We're all taught from a very young age, mostly by our well-meaning parents, to ignore our inner guidance system and to think practically, which almost always tends to mean be miserable like the rest of us, and maybe, if you're lucky, you can retire if you don't die of heart disease first or whatever. But we always have a choice, no matter where you are in your life. There's always a choice to look down the barrel of our decisions and be bold, much like Reggie in the Phantasm movies. Reggie was an ice cream vendor, and when he found out about the tall man and had to take care of his best friend's brother, he had 2 decisions: pretend the tall man didn't exist, keeps peddling that ice cream, or he could weld two sawed-off shotguns together, put on his leather vest, get into a muscle car, and ride off into the night to his destiny of fighting the tall man. And that prospect is terrifying because you're facing down actual fear. And so, if nothing else, Reggie teaches us that you have to be bold. You have to be bold because this stuff will just follow you. And we have to be able to shush all the extraneous voices and dig deep down to that quiet, true voice that is our own voice, the one that feels like the life that we are supposed to live, the one that just feels so right, nothing else could possibly be true. That's what we're looking for. That is that deep intuitive place that we all have but often ignore. And so in here at White Root, that is a lesson that Leah and I ourselves have been learning, and it's the lesson that we want to help others get to. We want to help you get to a place where you're able to cross over into making those bold decisions to do what's best for yourself and for your life so that you can be happy and so you can be true to yourself. Those are really important. So yeah, that's my interpretation of this card. That plus strained phantasm metaphor. You are welcome for that. So please let me know what you think about the reading. Let me know what you yourself think about it. If you have your own phantasm tie-in you want to bring into it, that's of course welcome too. If you like what we're doing here at White Root Tarot, we would love for you to share our content and subscribe to our channel. Also check us out on Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest as well. And until that next time, thank you so much everyone for watching. I will see you later. Bye.